Dance Variety Show. Thank you so much for joining me again. We are going to be reviewing part 2 of season 4, Netflix's Love is Blind. So many things to get into. Oh my gosh, like the whiplash I have from these last couple of episodes is ridiculous. Like, I need my insurance claim fulfilled, like, stat. Like, this is ridiculous. Oh, so many emotions, like so many things, right? Like, oh my gosh, it's Mr. Theo girl, it's Mr. Theo girl. I feel like we left off at such a good point after part 1. Like, part 1 was lovely, right? Like, we just felt like the stars had aligned, right? Like, so many things was going right at the beginning of the season. Stuff was not perfect, but it was a lot of things that were going in a positive trajectory, and we saw a lot of things come like kind of crashing down on us a bit. We're gonna get all into that. Let's see, where should we start? I feel like we should start with my most favorite couple. Everybody knows my favorite couple is a black couple, Brett and Tiffany, and I love to call them the black couple. Like even Brett's friends, like they just made like the cutest comments about like their interactions together. I just love them still to this day. So like bougie Brett, Brett, your place is nice. We know you make some money, first of all. Like director for Nike, it was. Yeah, we know you make some money, Brett. That's apparent, right? Like that's obvious. Bougie Brett, like I definitely see like Tiff is definitely that girl who has like humble beginnings, and she's definitely worked like so hard for her success, and she wants to continue to build upon that, and that's amazing. And I definitely get where she's coming from when she's like bougie Brett. Like that was just so funny. Like she's just so quirky and cute. Like but and you could tell she doesn't have a problem with like the expenditure. It's just like so shocking to her because it's like, guy, I would never. Which we can all feel that. Like it's certain stuff that you would spend money on. Everyone is different, but it's certain stuff you just wouldn't spend money on. And she was like, $1,200 for luggage? Like, what are you even on? Like, what crack are you smoking? So I definitely feel I feel her. I feel her. And Brett, like I love Brett. Like he's been like pretty consistent about like the person he is. Like he seems like really genuine. Like going into the second part in that final stretch of the experiment before wedding day, he just seems like calm, cool, confident Brett. Like he's never really switched up on us. He remained solid with Marshall, and I love that. Like he was like, hey, first of all, like, you know, let me know what's going on at the party. Like the party was quite the fiasco. Like, first of all, where was Jackie? Did she have a 1000th emotional episode? Like, not dismissing her episodes, because I do feel like she's under a great amount of stress dealing with her family issues, whatever they may be, and just issues of life, whatever they may be. I do feel like she is a very strong person, and she does have a tremendous weight on her shoulders, and that can be overwhelming for the best of us. But for me, she was definitely too young for this experiment, in my opinion. Like, she's 26. She's a little young. I have no doubt that if she were closer to maybe Brett and Tiffany's age, maybe even closer to Marshall's age, I feel like she definitely would have had like a different perspective and maybe just a little bit more experience with mature relationships. And she just wasn't ready for like the seriousness that Marshall was trying to give her. Marshall was trying to give her that grown man love, like that healthy love, right? That nurturing love. Like, you know, you're just amazing. I just love you so much. Like, you know, I I just think you're incredible. You're everything, you know? She wasn't ready for that. This girl was on some, I fuck with you tough, you know? Like, I fuck with you tough. Oh, I'll marry you, yeah. I fuck with you tough. Yeah, sure. Like, I love Jackie. She seemed like cool. Hella cool. She seemed hella cool. But it was just for this experiment where the end result is marriage, you usually would like for the person to be ready for marriage. But it's okay because I feel like she kind of discovered it when we discovered it, that she wasn't ready for marriage. Like, she thought she was, but she wasn't. And she was just like, you know what? I'm not going to communicate to Marshall what's going on, which is super immature, right? Like, it was super toxic. It was super immature for her to handle things the way she handled things. But was I expecting her? Okay, I understood, like, if you don't want to go through with this marriage, don't go to the dress fitting just for the cameras or just for production. Do what you know, be in your truth, girl. I'm all for that. But this girl, the production, the editing is flawless this season. I have to commend the editors. Because when I tell you the next scene of her missing her wedding dress fitting is her sitting in the restaurant waiting on Josh to show up. It's Mr. Theo, girl. It's Mr. Theo, girl. Like, he is so annoying. In the pods, he was annoying. He was like that fuckboy that probably got through the cracks and lied during whatever questionnaire or preliminary interviews that y'all had to go on this show. He definitely lied. He definitely is not there for marriage. He saw Jackie and saw how fine she was, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to tell her I was in love with her, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Like, boy, you came back around the second time for the same thing you're chasing the first time. Clout. You want to be popular so bad. Like, you want to stir the pot. You want to tip the pot over. You want to take the pot and, like, you just want to wreck the pot. Like, you did way more than stir the pot. Like, I don't feel like he has genuine feelings for Jackie. I feel like he saw how cute she was, and he was like, I want to be with her. He's superficial like that. He seems like it for sure. He seems like a mad flirt. So he seems like the mad playboy type, you know? And it's just like, dude, get over yourself. Goodness. I'm going all around the world. I was on Brett, and now Brett and Tiff, now I'm over here with this hot mess of a situation. But honestly, I feel bad for Marshall. Like, he was so genuine, and I honestly believe that he knew he had like a special connection with Jackie. Like, he knew what they shared in the pods was real, but in reality, it just really, the real world got to her. Like, it was exactly, he was like, the real world just got to us. Did the real world get to us, or did it just get, like, that's exact, it got to y'all. It got to you, girl. It got to you, Jackie, and that's okay. Like, that's okay. Honey, no. But yeah, it was definitely a whirlwind, for sure. But, like, moving on from them, like, definitely, who is next? Let's go to Kwame and Chelsea, because I just can't even. First of all, Chelsea with this pink ass apartment. Like, it looked like a tampon commercial exploded inside of Chelsea's apartment. I never seen so much baby pink in my life. It looked like the biggest baby infant girls room I've ever seen. Like, the whole apartment just looked like an infant female child's room. And I'm just like, I didn't know why you were still single, Chelsea. But when guys come over to your apartment, like, what do they say? I wonder. like, like it almost looks like a space that's too intimate. It just seems like so childlike. But it was. I understand why she felt the way she felt, like about being controlled in a relationship. So she really just wanted to be her full self. I love that for her. I love that. And I love her willing to compromise, to like be like, okay, obviously Kwame and I's space is not gonna be pink because no, it could not be. But Kwame did have me kind of questioning. He's been doubtful, I would say, like the entire time. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. Like I feel like the way he's emphasized it every episode, he's like, well, this is a big decision and stop asking me what my decision day answer is. And it's like, stop asking me what if I'm gonna say yes on wedding day. Like he's been consistently so irritated by anybody bringing up the wedding day, and he's been so consistently irritated by Chelsea asking him if he sees them together after the experiment, and if he sees their life together. Basically, if he's gonna say I do, or if he's gonna say I do not. Like SK, I do not. Just say I do not. Like definitely. I feel like he's definitely Mr. Shaky Boots, but he might be the one that surprise everybody and be like, I do, you know. But right now it's giving I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like as great as Chelsea and Kwame are together, it's still, I don't know if it's something inside of Kwame. Maybe he feels like he's not ready, or maybe he feels like this is still too soon to do without having his mother's blessing. Maybe he doesn't want to give up Portland. I don't know. Like he could probably give 1,001 reasons, but I feel like he's consistently been anxious and highly nervous about just the whole thing, which gives me pause, which gives me a lot of pause, because Chelsea's been super confident, super assured. She's also given Kwame a lot of assurance, like, I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I just love you so much. Like, you're this perfect guy. Oh my God. Like, she is just drooling over him daily, and Kwame be like, you're so sweet. He'd be like, you're cute. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to get my hopes up too high. Like, after stuff just imploded with Jackie and Marshall, and the Josh bomb just came out of nowhere. Like, I just feel like Jackie and Josh make a nice, cute little toxic couple, and they really tainted my spirit for the rest of the season. But I'm still hoping we will at least have 2 yeses, 2 complete marriages by the end of this season. Because I think that is Love is Blind. That's their average, right? Like 2 couples by the end of the season. So we'll see. I feel like my predictions right now, my predictions is just so shaky. Like I thought I knew who was gonna be happy and who was gonna sail off into the sunset. But it's like now, after we've met parents and we've met family, we've been rejected by parents. We've been rejected by a mom and a dad. It's just been a hot mess. But one thing I do love is I love that scene where, I think it's in the last episode, maybe 12, or right before the end episode, where Bliss dad like ripped Zach a new one. Like that was brutal to watch. Like he was hard, but he's been like the highest level of pessimism and negativity from a parent, I think, in Love is Blind history. He was just so cold and he just really did not give a flying flip what they were saying about these feelings and these emotions that they have for each other and this love they have for each other. He did not care what they were saying. He was just like, it's not gonna work, and I'm telling you, you're headed for divorce, and yeah, the end, they all die. Spoiler alert, they're all gonna die. The end. Like, he was really just like so over it. Like, I feel like he was definitely like pushing off stereotypes onto her. He wasn't really giving her a fair shake, but it also seems like they might not have the closest relationship, but I'm not sure. But then we go to the next scene, right? And we see Brett and his amazing dad that just had the most kindest, gentlest demeanor. Like, that's exactly what we needed. Following, I mean, no offense, Bliss, like, it's a blessing to have a parent, but he was pretty tough. Like, he was pretty tough. You know, as he should be. You know, that's his daughter, and you know, parents just want the best for their kids. But he was like, good luck. Well, I just want you to know, I think you know where I stand. Yes, we know where you stand. Nowhere near this arrangement. And then we cut to the next scene, and it's like Brett's dad being like super supportive and so gentle and just so open to hearing their story and understanding that what they went through is crazy. What they went through is one of a kind, but you know, still looking at how they treat each other, how they talk to each other, how, you know, how they are with each other, how they speak about each other. And really just like, wow, like I just see this little interaction, and that's a beautiful thing, and take that at face value and trust your child, your fully grown child that takes care of themselves. So, I mean, you know, maybe one dad could take a page out of the other dad's book, because that was definitely what we needed to see after the very awkward, very uncomfortable scene with Zach and Bliss's dad, because sheesh. And I feel like Zach is gonna have more hurdles to go. Like Zach and Bliss, I feel like they always should have been Zach and Bliss. Like it never should have been anything else but that on this show for these group of people. But I definitely feel like Zach, you know, like I said before, he let stuff get in the way, and he didn't want to feel like he was being manipulated for a decision. You know, he wanted to make sure he felt like he was making the decision for himself and he wasn't being influenced by other people. But on the other side of that, he saw how that bit him in the butt, and he really knew then that he should have followed his gut over his pride. So I think that's what happened. But that's just my outside perspective. Who knows, you know, what else he'll say to it. But at the end of the day, I don't blame Bliss for continually bringing it up. It's still fresh. Like, it's still fresh. The stuff just happened. Like, I can see if y'all are celebrating maybe your 5th wedding anniversary and she still brings it up every day. Like, okay, Bliss, chill the fuck out. Either we're going to be together or we're not. Like, period. Just let it go and move on. So she is going to have to learn how to let that go and move forward. You know, I think if she wants to be like, you know, for real serious with Zach, which, you know, she says she feels it deep down in her soul, and I believe her when she says that. I believe Zach when he talks about her. So hopefully they just won't let any fear of like divorce or whatever. Honestly, I think if Bliss can completely heal from Zach choosing Irina initially, and then of course they both can learn to trust each other and not hurt each other, you know, and work hard and stick it through, I think they could be like Another great Love is Blind love story, honestly. They're definitely, I want to root for them so bad. Like, I really want them to say yes on decision day. Who have I not talked about? Paul and Micah. Oh my gosh. Like, first of all, Micah's little drunk posse at the birthday party, that was like so funny. And I commend Paul for being chill about it, because a lot of guys can get like mad, disrespectful with girlfriends' friends, or they could just be a complete doormat to girlfriends' friends. So I just appreciate him for just kind of being able to read the room and just being not letting it bother him. I do feel like old girl, best friend with the birthday girl, we're just gonna call her birthday girl because it's not like she's part of the show anyways. She's just like Micah's best friend or whatever, one of her best friends. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Miss Green outfit with the platinum blonde hair. She was like, this is not it. Like, girl, you're drunk and you're mad because he's not a weakling with no backbone. It's like, maybe you like your men with no backbone, but Micah seems to enjoy that man with backbone. So, and he also is a little bit more educated than they admitted they're used to. So that's a little bit much for you too. That's understandable. Everybody's not used to, you know, such educated people being around them, talking to them in these full-length conversations. You know, people still talk like they text for the most part in like what seems to be their age group. But, you know, it's fine. Different folks, different strokes for different folks. But her literally being like, oh, this is not for you. Like, please, girl. Why don't you go find what's for you, or go seek what's for you? It's like, you really can't say what's for another person, even if it's your very best friend. Like, I can't say what's for my very best friend because that's for them to say. And it's a very free will thing. So I feel like she was just being extra. She was just drunk and she didn't like the way Paul kind of was. That's fine. Paul was just kind of like, okay, I really don't give a shit. Like, who cares? Like, you know, get over yourself, basically. You know, which is, I do not blame him at all, because ain't nobody got time for that, dude. Like, we're not in high school. I don't have to kiss your ass to date your friend. Like, that's just not how this works. And if Micah honestly wants to date that guy, then she shouldn't even be on that show. So, but I definitely have my thoughts about Micah. I definitely feel like she's been straddling the fence a little bit too. I feel like she's been trying to keep like one toe out of the water, or like a few toes like out of the water, like trying not to be fully over there, trying to see what Kwame is doing or whatever. It's just like, why are you looking around? Why are you looking elsewhere? It seems like, I want to believe that Paul, she's all for Paul, but at the end of the day, I don't know if she's all for Paul. I really don't. Like, I hope that if, you know, they both say yes, that she is. But if for whatever reason she decides she's not, then maybe I called it. Maybe I didn't. We'll see. But seems like Micah has potential to be a great wife, you know, if she just figures out who she wants to be a great wife to. And that's like legit all I have to say about Micah and Paul, because between all the issues with Kwame and Chelsea, and like Kwame also being unsure, like I feel like Kwame and Micah might be the two most unsure people walking into like the weddings for sure. And it's crazy because they might be thinking about each other. And I know that's what their partners are thinking too. So that's a lot. You know, you just have to see. You just have to see if you guys' connection is going to outweigh their connection. And that's definitely the name of the the game, what I'll be watching out for. So wrapping this up, we got Bougie Brett. Matthew and Jack. I'm just like literally Jackie really telling him to boss up and be more aggressive. Like, Jackie, what is boss to you? To me, boss is a man who got his shit together, who's ambitious, who treats me with respect and dignity, who also says how he feels to me clearly and plainly, and any desire he has for me, he explains that clearly and plainly. And I feel like you want some type of toxic drama, argumentative, oh, well, you better not be in no dude's DMs or nothing like that. Or like, you want some games, girl. If you want games, take your butt to the arcade and throw these good men back for a good woman to catch them, okay? Throw them back, okay? Because you're not doing them with them. You're not doing them with them. But crying. That's all you was doing. Crying and then turning around telling somebody to boss up. When I know you ain't never had no good man really console you through your emotions like that, like Marshall did. They probably stuck around for you to cry it out because they still wanted to smash, but they didn't console you through that stuff. But you know, I don't know everything. Could be completely wrong. I just feel like Jackie's definitely gonna look back on this in maybe 4 or 5 years. It might take her, and she's gonna be like, I was dumb. I was dumb in the way I handled that. Even if you don't see yourself with Marshall, in the way you handled that, you were immature. And in the way you handled that, you were toxic. And you were part of the problem why people have to seek out these shows in the first place. But that's just, my 2 cents. So whatever. But yeah, that's like, for final predictions, I really don't want to keep you guys long because I'm super excited to actually edit this video and get it out to y'all before the last episode. And we got the live reunion, so that's going to be full of all the tea. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. But last predictions, Bougie Brett and Tiff, I feel like they're definitely going to say yes. I know there was like some previews that kind of looked a little skeptical, like I don't know what's going to happen. But as for me and my house, I'm going to remain positive. If it is a no, because I knew it was a little anxiety going on with Tiff. Like she had like some major anxiety going on, which I hope that she's able to work through. But other than that, like I really feel like they will say yes. Unless Tiffany has like a nervous breakdown or something. I don't know. I pray not. As for Kwame and Chelsea will say yes. Kwame might say no. And I just have to move on from there because it's just like too much at this point. It's like, dude, either you're in or you're not. Either you want to see if you can make this work with Chelsea or you don't. That's it. Love you though, because y'all was super cute in that little photo shoot with the Calvins. That's actually one of my couple things that I want to do with my man. So I was like, Chelsea, definitely, I feel like we're like kindred spirits. Because I'm like, bitch, like this is the same thing I want to do with my man. Little Calvin's photo shoot. Like that's so cute. And then you always see like my favorite celebrities do it. Like of course Beckham and Victoria, but like other celebrities do it too, and it's really cute. So I feel like Chelsea's gonna say yes. Kwame might say yes. I feel like he does love Chelsea and all the ingredients are there, but I don't know if he's gonna decide to make it. I don't know. Micah and Paul. Micah, she said she was gonna let him answer first, child. So I don't know what the hell that means. I feel like they both be unsure at times. Even making their little custom rings, I feel like they be unsure AF at times. But I feel like Micah more than Paul. But could be wrong. I think Micah will say no. But I also think Paul might surprise me and say no. So, Zach and Bliss, I feel like I want them to say yes. I feel like they will say yes. I feel like they fought this far already. I feel like they really don't have a whole lot of reasons not to say yes, except for fear of divorce for both of them. Like, I know that's tough. So, but I feel like, they do truly love each other, and there are no doubts when it comes to them wanting to be with each other. So I'll say yes for them. And as far as who we got left? Who do we have left? Oh, Marshall and Jack are gone. I was like, who do we have left? Marshall and Jack are gone. So Brett, Tiff, Chelsea Kwam, Micah, Paul, and Bliss and Zach. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode as we review Love is Blind Season 4. We're almost done. Like, the live reunion, I'm going to be back after the wedding. I'm going to try to do a quick video after the wedding episode, and then I'm going to try to live stream with you guys for the live reunion. If I cannot live stream, best believe I'm gonna be getting that video out to you guys as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Like, I appreciate the heck out of you. If you enjoyed any part of this video or all parts of this video, make sure you like this video down below, thumbs up. Make sure you also hit the subscribe button. I'll be linking my social medias and all my other goings on in the below. But if you have anything that I maybe didn't touch or any predictions, like for the video yourself, put your predictions in the comments, like sound off. Like, who do you think is really gonna say yes? Who do you think is gonna say no? Like, it's really getting down to the wire, and it's gonna be such an interesting reunion, and it's gonna be just such an interesting collegiate of cast members, like, so crazy. So definitely put your feelings, put your thoughts in the comments. Have a great one. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Cheers.